What if I told you there's a country where men move into the wife's house after marriage, where divorce is simple and stigma doesn't exist, where people are not afraid of death, and even funerals feel like celebrations? And yet behind this peaceful image is one of the least developed economies in the world. This country is Laos. In Laos, marriage works very differently from what most people expect. Instead of the woman moving into the man's home, it's often the man who moves into the woman's family house. In some cases, he even has to live there for up to 3 years before starting his own household. There's no heavy financial burden either. Bride price is relatively low, and in rural areas sometimes almost symbolic. Even more surprising, family status between men and women is completely equal. Children can take the father's last name, and men don't have to change anything. Because of this, many men are actually willing to marry into the wife's family. Laos is one of the youngest countries in Southeast Asia. Nearly half the population is under 22 years old. At the same time, many men leave rural areas to work in neighboring countries. So what's left? In many towns and villages, you'll see a large number of young women. Unlike common stereotypes about Southeast Asia, many Lao women have soft features, natural skin tones, and a gentle, calm personality. This is deeply influenced by Buddhism, which over 90% of the population follows. They tend to speak softly, avoid conflict, and focus on family values. But behind this peaceful lifestyle, Laos faces serious economic challenges. About 70% of the population depends on agriculture, mainly rice farming. Industry? Very limited. Most goods, from electronics to daily necessities, are imported. That leads to a strange situation. Incomes are low, but living costs can be surprisingly high. For example, a basic smartphone can cost nearly double shoes, and appliances are far more expensive than expected. Yet the average monthly income is often less than what many people spend in a week elsewhere. So how do people cope? The answer lies in one word: housing. More than 95% of Lao families own their homes. People buy small plots of land and build houses. Gradually over time, there's no overwhelming pressure of rent or mortgages. This creates a very different lifestyle: less stress, less competition, and a stronger sense of community. One of the most surprising parts of Lao life is the national obsession with lottery tickets. Draws happen every week, and the jackpot can equal decades of income for a rural family. Many people spend most of their earnings on tickets. Some even borrow money to buy them. In cities, lottery stalls are everywhere, sometimes more common than convenience stores. Religion plays a huge role in daily life. Almost every village has a temple. But temples are not just for worship. They act as community centers, schools, mediation places, and even shelters for the elderly. Many men in Laos become monks at least once in their life. Even if just for a few days, it's a tradition and a way to show gratitude to their parents. Monks live very simply. They don't handle money. They rely on food offered by locals, and they eat only 2 meals a day. Relationships in Laos are surprisingly flexible. Couples often live together for years before officially marrying. If it doesn't work out, they simply separate. No stigma, no judgment. Divorce is easy, and society does not discriminate against single mothers or divorced women. This creates a culture where people prioritize compatibility over pressure. Perhaps the most striking difference is how people view death. In Laos, death is not seen as an end, but as part of a cycle. Funerals are not filled with sorrow, but with music, food, and gathering, because for them, letting go peacefully is the greatest respect for the one who has passed. Laos is a country of contrasts. It has economic challenges, but also emotional richness. It may lack material wealth, but it offers something rare, a life less driven by anxiety, and maybe that's a different kind of happiness. If this video opened your eyes, don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and turn on notifications so you never miss the next story. Because the world is full of hidden truths, and we're just getting started.